My friends, take a moment. You are in a small kitchen. The room is quiet. Maybe it is early morning. Maybe it is late at night. You want something warm, but you do not want to wait. Imagine a cup on the table. Imagine the soft smell of rice or soup. Imagine the little light above the stove. Imagine rain tapping on the window, like tiny fingers. Have you ever stopped to wonder why we can heat food so fast? Where did this quick kitchen tool come from? Why is it in so many homes? How did it change the way we cook? Can you imagine dinner ready in 1 minute? And why do some people still feel unsure about it? Here is a twist. For most of its history, this tool was not small, cozy, or friendly. It was heavy and loud. It was made for work, not for a home. Today, we will travel across time and across places. We will follow the accidental history of microwave ovens in simple, clear English. Our first stop is not a kitchen. It is a room of metal, wires, and strong machines. People there study invisible waves in the air. These waves can carry messages. They can also carry energy. In simple words, they are like light you cannot see. Imagine a long table with tools. Imagine a hum that never stops. Imagine warm air near a hot tube. The problem is power. People want stronger waves, but strong waves can surprise you. Some accounts describe a curious worker noticing something odd. A small snack near the machine becomes warm. The worker blinks and looks again. Is it magic? Is it a mistake? Or is it a clue? This is called an accident. That means something happens without a plan. But an accident can become a new path. If someone pays attention, the worker tests again. The worker places different food nearby. The food warms. The worker begins to ask, if waves can warm a snack, can they warm a meal? Can they warm a bowl of soup for someone who is tired? Now we travel to the next chapter. The idea is exciting, but there is a problem. The first heating machines are huge. They are not made for a normal home. They need heavy walls and careful doors. They can cost a lot. So who uses them first? Imagine a busy work kitchen. Imagine steam-fast voices and metal trays. In places like this, speed matters. A big machine that heats quickly feels like hope during a rush. So early microwave ovens often go to large places. They go to factories, ships, and hospitals. They go to restaurants with long lines. A cook places a plate inside. The door shuts, a timer turns. And then, in a short time, the food is hot. But there is another problem. My friends, the heat is not always even. One side is hot, the other side is cold. Have you ever bitten into food that is warm outside but cold inside? It is not fun, is it? People learn new habits. They stir the food, they stop and start again, they cover it. They let it rest, say it with me. Stir, then heat again. It is a small habit, but it helps. In the next chapter, makers try to make this new box safer. The waves are strong inside, but they must stay inside. So the door becomes very important. Imagine a thick door that closes tight. Imagine a window with a fine screen. It looks like tiny holes. In simple words, the holes can let your eyes look in, but they help keep the waves from escaping. People also add simple controls. A timer, a bell, a button you can stop at once. These small choices help people feel calm. Because a new tool can bring worry as well as comfort. And many people do worry. Can these waves hurt me? Can they change my food in a strange way? Why can this box heat so fast when the plate stays cooler? Do you wonder that too? Makers answer with tests and rules. They explain that the waves make water and food move fast, and that movement makes heat. This is called vibration. That means tiny moving again and again. It is not a scary word. It is just a way to describe motion. Repeat after me. It is heat, not magic. Simple words can give the heart peace. Now let us travel forward. Time moves, cities grow, life becomes faster. Families begin to want quick meals after long days. At the same time, makers learn how to shrink the machine. They change the shape. They change the parts inside. They change the price. Soon the microwave starts to fit on a kitchen counter. It sits near cups, bread, and fruit. It becomes part of home life, not only work life. Imagine a parent coming home late. Imagine a child with homework. Imagine leftovers waiting in a bowl. The microwave warms them in minutes. The kitchen feels calmer. The night feels lighter. Is that not a kind of change? But the story does not stop when the microwave enters the home. That is only the doorway. Because once it becomes common, people begin to use it in new ways. And they begin to make new mistakes too. In our next stop, We will see how a simple box becomes a symbol of modern life, and how it teaches people new rules, one warm plate at a time. Imagine the small light inside the box. Imagine a plate turning slowly, like a tiny stage. This turning helps the heat spread. But have you ever watched steam rise and thought, how did we get here so fast? Our journey will answer that. Our next stop is a kitchen that feels more like today. The microwave is on the counter. It is not the biggest thing in the room anymore. It is just there, like a kettle or a pan. And when something becomes normal, my friends, people begin to play with it. Imagine a teen warming milk after school. Imagine an office worker heating rice at lunch. Imagine an older couple making tea on a quiet afternoon. The microwave becomes a helper for many kinds of life. But there was a problem. People did not always know what to put inside the box. A bowl is easy. A plate is easy. But what about the container? What about the cover? What about the spoon you forgot in the cup? Some homes learn the hard way. Someone puts in a metal fork. Sparks jump like tiny lightning. Someone wraps food in shiny foil. The box looks like a small storm. Can you imagine that surprise? It can be funny later, but in the moment it is not funny at all. So a new kind of knowledge spreads. Friends tell friends. Parents tell children. Stores put labels on containers. Microwave safe. That means it is made to handle this kind of heat. Try this phrase. Is it microwave safe? It is short, and it can save trouble. Here is a turning point. As microwaves spread into more homes, companies begin to design food for them. Meals come in trays, soups come in cups, snacks come in bags. The microwave is no longer only a tool. It becomes part of a system of quick eating. Is that a good change, or is it sometimes too fast? Many people love the speed. A warm meal can appear during a busy night. A parent can feed a child quickly. A student can eat and then study. In those moments, the microwave feels like hope in a small box. But some people miss the slow kitchen. They miss a pot gently singing on the stove. They miss the smell that fills a home over time. Have you ever felt that? Do you ever think speed can make us forget the quiet joy of waiting? The microwave also brings new words into daily life. Defrost. That means to gently take ice out of food. Leftovers. That means food from before saved for later. Reheat. That means to warm again. Say it with me. I will reheat the soup. Good, clear, useful English. Now let us travel to another place. Microwaves do not spread in the same way everywhere. In some countries, small homes and small kitchens make a compact tool very welcome. In other places, people prefer other methods. Some families use the microwave every day. Other families use it only for tea and leftovers. Which story sounds like your home? Imagine a market with many ready foods. Imagine a city with long commutes. Imagine a worker coming home after dark. In these places, quick heat feels valuable. The microwave sits like a quiet friend, waiting. But there is another problem. People hear stories. Microwaves make food dead. Microwaves are dangerous. Microwaves steal the goodness from meals. Have you heard these worries? Do they make your heart feel tight? We do not have every detail in every story. But many experts explain a simple idea. Heat is heat. The microwave uses energy to make water and food move and warm. It does not add poison by itself. The bigger risk is often the same old risk. Food that is not heated enough, or food that is handled in an unsafe way. That is why stirring and resting matter. Imagine a bowl of thick stew. The center may stay cooler. The edges may get hotter, so you stir, you wait a little, you check. This is not fear. This is care. Repeat after me. Heat it, then check. Simple steps, simple English. The microwave begins to change again. Makers add turntables to help spread heat. They add sensors to stop at the right time. They add quieter fans. Some microwaves join with grills or small ovens. One box tries to do many jobs. Can you imagine a tool that wants to be a whole kitchen? Yet even with new features, the microwave keeps one main gift: speed. And that speed shapes habits. We begin to think 1 minute is long. We begin to want everything now. My friends, have you noticed that change inside yourself? Now, in the next chapter, our journey will move from the busy kitchen to the deeper meaning of this tool. We will look at the feelings around it. Comfort, worry, pride, and even small moments of kindness. When someone warms food for another person and says without big words, "I thought of you." Our next stop is a movie night. Imagine a sofa, a blanket, and a soft lamp. Imagine a bag that says it can popcorn inside the microwave. You press start. The bag begins to jump. Pop, pop, pop. The room fills with a buttery smell. Can you imagine telling someone long ago, "I make popcorn in a bag"? They might laugh and ask, "In a bag without a pot?" And you might answer, "Yes, my friends, welcome to change." But even here there is a small lesson. If you forget the bag, it can burn. If you stop too early, many seeds stay hard. So we listen for the rhythm. Try this phrase: stop before it burns. Microwaves also appear in offices and schools. People wait together for their lunch to warm. They share small talk and small smiles. Sometimes they share smells too. A strong smell can travel fast, can it not? This is a quiet kind of kindness. Choose gentle foods when you share a microwave with others. And now we arrive at a quieter stop. It is a late evening again. The kitchen is dim. The microwave is still on the counter, but the feeling around it is deeper. It is not only about speed. It is about how we live. Imagine a mug of water for tea. Imagine a small plate of leftovers. Imagine a friend staying over, a little shy, a little hungry. You can warm food without noise. You can offer comfort without a long wait. In a simple way, this tool can support kindness at home. But let us be honest, my friends. The microwave is not perfect. Some foods turn soft in a sad way. Bread can become chewy. Fried food can lose its crisp sound. Have you ever opened the door and thought, "Why is it wet? Why does it feel different from a pan? Why does it sometimes smell strange?" The answer is simple. A microwave heats water and food very fast. Steam appears. Steam can soften what was crisp. This is not a failure of the tool. It is the nature of the heat. So people learn balance. They use the microwave for warming and a pan or oven for crispness. They learn that one tool does not need to do everything. This learning brings another small change. People start to cook in steps. First, microwave to warm the inside. Then, a quick pan to make the outside nice. Or the other way around. Have you tried this? Do you like it? Or do you prefer slow cooking, like a calm song in the kitchen? Now let us travel to a place many people forget. The inside of the box. Imagine the door closing. Imagine the fan moving air. Imagine the turntable turning like a quiet wheel. Imagine the waves bouncing inside, like light in a mirrored room. They do not burn food the way fire does. They move through it, and they warm it from within. Because of this, the microwave teaches us to pay attention. It asks us to cover food so it does not dry out. It asks us to stir. It asks us to wait a moment after heating. That waiting is called resting. That means letting the heat spread evenly. Say it with me: let it rest a minute. Good English and a good habit. Some people also worry about standing close. They step back and watch from far away. Is that you? Do you ever feel your heart whisper, "Be careful"? It is normal to be careful. But modern microwaves are built to keep the waves inside when the door is closed. The door and the seal are not small details. They are the heart of safety. Still, rules matter. If a door is broken, you fix it. If a container is not safe, you do not use it. If food is thick, you stir and check. Caution can live with comfort. That is a healthy change. Now we reach a full circle moment. Remember our first stop, the room of wires and invisible waves. Microwave ovens came from work with waves and signals. Today, waves and signals are everywhere again. They travel through the air to carry our messages. They bring music to our ears. They bring calls to our hands. They help us stay close to people far away from home. Is it not interesting? The same idea, guided energy in the air, can warm a meal and also carry a voice. The story turns like a circle. It begins in a place of machines, and it returns to our daily life, with food, phones, and quiet light in the evening. Imagine a small apartment where someone lives alone. Imagine a bowl of rice, warmed fast. Imagine a message arriving at the same time. Are you okay? In that moment, the microwave is not only a machine, it is part of a web of care. It sits there, ready while life moves. My friends, there is also something humble in this story. The microwave reminds us that discovery is not always planned. Sometimes it begins with a small surprise. Sometimes it begins with a question. And sometimes it grows because people keep testing, keep building, and keep changing what they make. So the next time you see a microwave, take a moment. Notice its simple shape. Notice the small window. Notice the soft sound when it ends. Think of how many hands, in many places, helped it change from a heavy work machine to a quiet helper at home. And when you warm your food, do it with a calm mind. Stir when you need to. Check the heat. Share the microwave with care. Offer a warm plate to someone who needs it. That small act can carry more than heat. It can carry heart. Imagine you close the door. Imagine you press start. Imagine the light turns on like a tiny sunrise in a box. And when the bell rings, you smile and say, a little playfully, dinner, you are fast today. Now let us take one more travel stop before we leave. Imagine a repair shop with old microwaves lined up. Some have scratched doors. Some have noisy fans. A worker opens a case and looks inside. The worker cleans dust. The worker replaces a part. In simple words, the worker gives the tool a second life. Why does this matter? Because every object in a home has a story of materials, work, and waste. If we care for tools, we can use them longer. We can waste less. We can choose better change. And there is a small daily practice too. You can keep the inside clean. You can wipe the door seal. You can cover food so it does not explode. Have you ever cleaned dried soup from the wall of a microwave? It is not fun, is it? A cover is a quiet kind of kindness to your future self.